finally, hopefully, pull this wheel off and this drum because the brakes kept on getting stuck on, and we can't be having that. I ain't got no space down here. I'll tell you one thing, I'm sick of having no space. And anyway, you can see in there now what that's like. Doesn't look like that cylinder's leaking at all. Got a lot of brake dust. That must have been the side that was getting stuck on. That side's thinner than that side. Need to give it a jolly good old clean out. The wheel bearing seems alright, which is good. Got to try and work out why it was getting stuck on. I hate brakes. Got all that dust. So they were. The last time it got stuck on, it was interesting because it got stuck on going down motorway about 60, 65 mile an hour. Felt the brakes getting stuck on. Managed to pull over, let them cool down, but then after that, the pedal went to the floor, but the brakes were better than they've ever been before. So, interesting. Oops. Maybe they just adjusted too far, so if I go and get a spanner, I should be able to loosen them off slightly. Pretty sure that's the adjuster there. If I undo that bolt a little bit, that'll slacken them off a little bit. Luckily though, it's not all wet in there. I was afraid it might be all wet. I was afraid this cylinder might have got too hot and all the seals might have blown. But they seem alright. It's a jolly good clean up though. Let's go and get some brake cleaner. Clean the inside of that drum out. Right, off we go. How about you? I find this son a pain in the arse. Right. This is all the brake cleaner I've got left. I haven't got any wire brushes. I have. They're all packed away somewhere else. So let's drum a good old cleaner. I don't think it was too bad. It's just interesting how the pedal went to the floor, but I've got a theory for that. Tell you what, I can't wait to be in a place somewhere where I've got space to actually do stuff. There we go. Because at the moment, it's a pain. Can't see anything. Deary me. Bloody word. Anyway, let's tap these down. Down as far as they go. And I'll get this screwdriver. I don't know what the hell you can see, whether you can see anything, I haven't got a clue. Anyway, get this screwdriver. Don't get any copper slip on the actual shoes themselves. Put a little bit on these bits of metal here. because what I think's happening, I think the brakes, they work, but they're not sliding back together again, they're staying out. The shoes are. So I think that's what's happening. So put a bit of copper slip in the top. On the bottom. Bit on the top and the bottom. I've also put a little bit more oiled, got the self-adjuster here as well. That little thing is a self-adjuster. I like to go and read the old RustySkull manual to work out how that works, because I wasn't familiar. Normally it's just a nut and you manually adjust them. This one's a self-adjuster. So I put a bit WD-40 on it and I've turned it. I've actually shrunk the shoes in slightly by turning it, so it should be alright now. Anyway, put a bit more WD on there. Make sure we don't get any on any of the shoes. And put the drum back on. If I'm honest, I think it needs a new piston, but I can't get it to move with my hands. But we know the brakes are working because they got stuck on, so the piston does come out. I just can't get it to go out with my finger, with my screwdriver. So we'll ignore that for now. And I haven't got any sandpaper to sand the shoes at the moment. Everything's packed away. So we'll just go without. We know the brakes were working. As I say, they got stuck on. So they're definitely working. But they were staying on. So I lubed up the little friction areas where the metal at the top of the shoes rubs. And they seem fairly free, so they should go in and out fairly freely. Let's put this drum back on and see how it goes. Now, the drum spins by itself, whereas before you couldn't turn the wheel before. They were constantly engaged, so it's better than it was. Whether it's going to stay better, it's anyone's guess. Up in down here, next to this wall, stuffed in like that, because if this was to fall, I won't be able to go back. I don't like that at all. Well, that's as loose as I can get them to go. they're right like that, and they hit a really tough spot. And the drum's probably a little bit warped after getting so hot. You want them to be quite close. Some people have them so that they're rubbing all the time. I like them so that you can sort of spin the wheel sort of freely. But there's a tough spot here. But I think it'll be alright. As long as I don't get stuck on anymore, that's the main thing. Alright you lot, let's just quickly mention this. I'm doing a giveaway. I'm doing more giveaways on this channel because the other channel gets more giveaways than this one. And I don't think that's fair. That one's easier because it's all RC radio control stuff. This one's a bit of a mixed bag, isn't it? Get all kinds of different things on this channel. It's a bit more difficult to give things away that people are going to actually want. But let's start it with the tripod. Yep, for you radio lot, you keep asking me for radio stuff. Well, let's give away this tripod. I don't need it anymore. It's a bloody good tripod. You've all seen it. I'll do a demonstration one day, but it comes in a bag. It's a big, hefty, sturdy tripod. You can put all different manner of antennas on it. If you want to win it, all you got to do is be subscribed to this channel, comment on videos and like videos. I can tell if you've done all three of those. Ain't got to spend a single penny. At a random time, I'll just pick, get a little bot thing to pick a name from the subscriber list, and you could win it. I'll post it to you completely free. How's that? Happy days. And if that's not your thing, still think about subscribing, because I'm going to do loads of giveaways on this channel now. All you got to be to win any of them, unless otherwise stated, is subscribed. Simple as that. That's the Diamond X510N. That's the pole that it was on. And there's the two lengths of antenna and all the ground planes down there as well. I've still got to get the coax out. It still goes around and goes into the shack. Why am I taking it down? Well, I'll tell you why I'm taking it down. My main home base radio gave in months and months ago now, right at the beginning of the year. It's not the end of the road for it. I'm going to repair it, or get it repaired. I haven't even opened it up to find out what the trouble is with it yet. And you can't smell this, but it's bloody hot, right? And it's not me, I swear, it's not me that smells. I've been around already, come back, and it stinks of dead something in here. Something's dead somewhere. It stinks. Thought I'd just add that into the aroma of the picture for you. It's bloody hot and always 30 something degrees, sweating like an absolute pig, but I love it, man. Anyway, my main VHF radio gave up the ghost. I've got a backup, but I find it really unsociable going in this shack and just talking. I've got the family indoors, do you know what I mean? I could be talking to them and having time with them instead of sitting here listening to static, trying to find strangers to talk to. I've been through that. I've gone through that phase. That phase has come and gone. But that doesn't mean that I'm still not interested in any radio. I've got my little mobile set up that I'm not going to talk about because I don't do anything with them. And what I'm going to do, there's a whole lot more potential. So it's all a bit of a rejig, to be fair, but that's probably the best radio I've ever had. I put the IMAX, I've got an IMAX 2000 on the roof. That's what I've used for 15 years. It's been on the roof for about 15 years. That 510N has been on the side of this garage now for, I reckon, just trying to plan events out in my head to work out a time scale. I think that's been there for about 11 years. 11 years, that 510N. Yeah. The IMAX was up there before. Before that I had a silver rod for a year, then I put the IMAX. The IMAX has been up there for about 15 years. I put a thing out and I said to some local people and friends, it's free. If you want it, let me know. If you take it down, you can have it. Because I don't want to deal with it because it's all fiberglass. And I can see from here, like if you go underneath it and look, it's flaking like no tomorrow. And we all know what that does to your hands. We've all handled a flaking fiberglass antenna. What I should have done when I got it was varnished it, but I didn't know anything about it back then. And I could get it down, sand it, treat it with stuff, or varnish it. There's loads of different methods to make it nice again, but I don't want to deal with that. So someone local is going to come and take it down. I don't think he's going to be able to reach it with the ladder he's got, but hopefully he can, and he can have it for free, and he can deal with that. He can varnish it, and he'll have a perfectly good working antenna, because they'll last a good 30 years. Anyway, next one. Well, it doesn't make any sense taking an antenna down and leaving the coax up. This is a jolly good microphone, so I'm going to put that to the side and keep all this. None of this stuff, unless somebody offers me a stupidly good price, none of this stuff is for sale. However, like I said, for, you know, a really good price, it would be. But I intend on keeping all this because there may be some potential in the future to set up a home base again. Possibly. But for now, it's all got to come apart. Now where's that coax? I was just going to desolder this, but I could desolder it. I might better rip it apart. Then I can reuse this plug, save me having to desolder it later on. If I screw it enough, it might rip it apart. There we go. I think what I'm going to do for the time being, because the 446 antenna is the smallest one and the easiest to remove. So CB is going to go. 2 meters already gone. 446 I think might stay there, but probably not, because I just want everything cleared. I want everything gone. So I might get rid of that as well, because I don't talk to anybody. What's the point in keeping it? I don't even go on it, you know, so that's going to go. Alright, you look, a few days later now. I didn't get time to finish anything the other day. The tugboat, happy days. Antennas down, happy days. I think I've already mentioned about winning that. So if you want to be with a chance of winning that, just subscribe. and comment on videos, like them. Tell me where you're from, tell me whatever, as long as there's some sort of comments on the videos so I can see that you're an active subscriber and that you'll be able to chance of winning that. I went for a little test drive in the Talbot. It seems to be okay. The handbrake's a bit dicky now though. The handbrake's not all that strong, but the brakes themselves aren't sticking on, so I think we're okay for now. I've got a little while until the MOT, so I'm just going to drive it around as it is and see if it mends itself. If not, I'll have to go back into the brakes and try and work out why the handbrake's not working now. I don't know. It's just a crazy time. I could have done a lot more things to those brake shoes and the drum and everything, cleaned it better, done all this a lot. I know. You're all going to be going on at me. Do this, do that, blah, 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 blah. Listen, I'm just bodging it up to get it going because I need to use it. So I couldn't drive around with the brakes stuck on, could I? No, I couldn't. So I had to bodge it up. And I've done that. It seems to be okay now. I'd rather have just front brakes and no back brake than have back brakes stuck on all the time. Because at least I can drive it with no back brake, but I can't drive it if they're stuck on all the time. Simple as that. Anyway, thanks for watching, you lot. The old 736R is in the box. I'm going to bubble wrap in a minute and wrap it all up nice and tight so it's packed away, ready for the next chapter of its life. I'm not going to sell it, but I'm packing everything up because I just want to. Simple as that. I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Take care. And don't forget, tell me where you're watching from, because I find it fascinating. Around the world, you're watching me. Cheerio. All the best, you lot. Take care.